We are not just starting a crochet project, we are embarking on a creative journey. We are going to build a giant, ultra-plush velvet tulip from scratch. If you have ever felt the pure, unadulterated satisfaction of creating something beautiful with your own two hands, you know that the process is just as important, if not more so, than the final result. I am deeply honored that you have chosen me to guide you through every single stitch of this project. Let's sit down, get comfortable, and really dive into the heart of this pink bloom. Section 1, the soul of your material, yarn selection strategy. Before we even think about touching the hook, we must talk about the soul of this project, the yarn. You have chosen a beautiful, vibrant, blush pink velvet yarn, and I want you to appreciate it for a moment. Velvet yarn, often called chenille yarn, is a delight, but it is also quite different from traditional wool or acrylics. Its texture is incredibly dense, soft, and luxurious. When you run your fingers across it, you feel the quality. However, because it is essentially a series of tiny fibers attached to a core thread, it requires a specific kind of care. When you choose your yarn, look for a consistent thickness. If you see spots where the fuzz is thin, try to avoid using those sections for your main structure, as it might create weak points in your. I chose this soft blush pink because it mimics the natural, delicate beauty of a real tulip. When you are crocheting with this, you are working with color, and color evokes emotion. Think about where this tulip will live in your home, perhaps on a cozy armchair or on your bedside table, and let that vision inspire every stitch. Section 2, the ergonomics of your tool. Now let's talk about your tool, the 10mm hook. This is a substantial size, and it's meant to be. If you use a hook that is too small, your fabric will become stiff, losing that beautiful, huggable quality of the velvet. If it's too large, your stitches will be loose and you will see the stuffing poking through like little white clouds. The 10mm size is the Goldilocks zone for this weight of yarn. As you hold your hook, notice how it fits in your hand. Are you gripping it like a knife or like a pencil? Neither is wrong, but both require a relaxed wrist. If your hands feel tired, it's usually because you're gripping too tightly. Take a breath, drop your shoulders away from your ears, think about your posture. A relaxed crafter produces a more uniform stitch, and uniformity is the secret to professional-looking plushies. Keep your stitch markers close. I cannot stress this enough. When working with velvet, especially in a solid color, the stitches seem to disappear into the fuzz. A stitch marker isn't just a tool, it's your anchor. Without it, you are drifting in a sea of pink velvet, unable to tell where your round began or ended. Every time you finish a round, verify your count. It might feel tedious, but this is the difference between a project that comes together perfectly and one that requires hours of painful undoing. Section 3, Mastering the Magic Ring, the foundation of everything. Let's move into the magic ring. This is the foundation, the very heart of our tulip. We start with the tail end of the yarn in our palm, wrap the yarn around your index and middle finger, creating a clean X. This X is the gateway. With your hook, reach under the first strand of the X and hook the second strand, pulling it carefully through. Now yarn over and pull through the loop you just created. You have successfully created your loop. If it feels awkward the first time, don't worry. This movement requires a bit of muscle memory. Do it 5 times, 10 times, 20 times if you need to. I want you to get comfortable with the tension. Notice how the yarn feels when you pull it. You want it to be firm but not stretched to the breaking point. Now we add our 6 single crochets. Insert your hook into the center of that loop you've created. You want the hook to go under both the ring and the yarn tail. This is crucial because it ensures your ring is reinforced. Yarn over, pull up a loop. You now have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over again and pull through both. That is 1. Take a second to look at the stitch. Is the loop consistent in size with your hook's shaft? If so, keep going. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. As you are counting, keep your rhythm steady, don't rush. The speed will come naturally, but accuracy is the priority right now. If you accidentally skip a stitch or if you feel you have pulled one too tightly, stop. This is your foundation. A crooked foundation leads to a crooked flower. Now the moment of truth. Holding your 6 stitches securely with your thumb and middle finger, take the tail end of the yarn and pull gently. Watch as the magic happens. The ring closes, the stitches pull together, and you are left with a perfect, dense, beautiful circle. This is the moment of creation. Secure your final stitch with your marker. Take a moment to admire the texture. It should feel sturdy, substantial, and soft. You have successfully navigated the most difficult part of the tulip structure. Section 4, the expansion, geometric sculpting. Now we move into the growth rounds. To expand our circle into a sphere, we must follow a strict geometric sequence. Round 2 requires us to double our stitches, turning our 6 into 12. We do this by working 2 single crochets into every single stitch. This is our V-stitch. As you work, keep your tension consistent. Velvet yarn is unforgiving. If you fluctuate your tension, you will see bumps in your finished flower. Focus on the height of your loops. Every loop should reach the full height of your hook's neck. If you find your loops are getting small and tight, consciously relax your fingers. In round 3, we move to the 1 and 1 increase pattern, 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 2 in the second. This creates a circle that remains perfectly flat. Continue this until you have reached roughly 36 to 42 stitches, depending on how large you want your tulip head to be. Always check your work on a flat surface. If it starts to cup like a bowl, it means your stitches are too tight. Loosen up. If it ripples like a potato chip, it means you've increased too much. This is the feedback loop of crochet. You are constantly communicating with the material. Section 5, the vertical climb, defining the shape. After reaching our maximum width, we stop the increases. This is the vertical climb. We work one single crochet into every stitch for the next 15 to 20 rounds. This is where the tulip loses its flat circular nature and becomes a cylindrical tube. This is the most meditative phase. You aren't doing any math, you are just flowing. As the wall grows taller, you'll notice the fabric starting to want to curve inward. That is because the weight of the stitches is pulling the cylinder inward. This is exactly what we want. Keep your stitch marker at the start of every round. Never ever trust your memory with stitch counts. When you have reached the desired height, look at the shape. It should look like a soft, blush pink pill-shaped capsule. It is beautiful, it is dense, and it is ready for the closing phase. As Section 6, the final taper, closing the bloom. To finish the bloom, we reverse our increase process. We start a decrease sequence to bring the top of the tulip back together into a closed or semi-closed bud shape. We use the invisible decrease. Insert your hook only through the front loop of the next 2 stitches, yarn over, pull through both, and then finish the stitch. This is the secret to a professional finish. It eliminates the visible holes that traditional decreases create. Take your time. As the opening gets smaller, you will have to maneuver your hook a bit more carefully, but stay patient. When you are down to the last 6 stitches, you are ready to finish off. Cut your yarn, leaving a long 30-centimeter tail. Pull the tail through the final loop, thread it onto your tapestry needle, and weave it through the front loops of those last 6 stitches. Pull the tail firmly, and the opening will vanish, creating a soft, rounded top. In closing, the pride of craftsmanship. Before we move on to the next part, take a moment to feel the piece in your hands. It's squishy, it's soft, and it's already taking shape. Don't worry about being perfect. Every stitch you make is a lesson, and every small imperfection is just part of the handmade character of your art. You are doing a wonderful job. Preparing this foundation is a sign of your commitment to the craft. Take a sip of water, shake out your hands, and feel proud. You have successfully finished the most complex structural part of the tulip. You have demonstrated the true spirit of a crafter, the willingness to take your time and do it right. This pink tulip is a testament to your skill. Thank you for choosing this project and for sharing this journey with me. Keep your hook safe, and I will see you in part 2, where we will build the skeleton of our stem and craft the leaves.